Hi, so I'm just making a video on relationships and borderline personality disorder and my experience with them. For the most part, it's kind of difficult. Like, we manipulate even when we don't think we are, like when we're not consciously trying to manipulate, but we do. It's really hard because we need to feel close. Like, the fear of abandonment comes in quite a bit. So if there's any like small thing or something, it's leave before you get left. So it's not abandonment in our eyes, which isn't necessarily healthy. I believe that's why I've been pretty much since I was 16 in relationships, jumping back and forth, trying to find that new thing, and then the excitement, the new relationship, puppy love, stuff like that is something that I think it's a good feeling, so we strive for it, and that might be why lots of people with borderline personality disorder jump in between relationships. Like, they don't really take a break and be single for a while, which is probably what would be healthiest for someone with borderline personality disorder. In my current relationship, it's actually really good. He is aware of what I have. He helps me with my anxiety. Like, if I'm having a panic attack, he'll come in and help me with it for the most part. I think it's really hard to be in a relationship with someone like me. Like, lots of people, well, I've had quite a few people leave because of it. Me pushing them away, them not being able to handle it, stuff like that. So yeah, it's difficult, but if you can find that one person that makes you feel better and makes you able to believe that you can get past this and you can get better and he wants to be with you, then I think, well, I'm very blessed to have found that, and I think other people would agree if they found that. If you haven't, then it's more of a crutch too. Like, it's more difficult to be alone. My anxiety acts up a lot when he's at work or when I'm alone or something, and yeah, it's a not necessarily win-win situation, it's a lose-lose situation. So there's traits to being in a relationship that are good, and there's traits to being in a relationship that are bad. Like I said, I'm really, really difficult. I have anger issues at times, where I'm trying to learn to control them, or I react before I think about the consequences, and I just let my emotions completely overrule everything. That's the same. I live with my sister, so we fight quite a bit, and it's just like, you don't think about what you're doing. It's your emotions are controlling you more than your brain. And that's a hard thing to get past and become mindful about, which is what I'm trying to do. I've actually had some success with that, becoming more mindful, thinking about the consequences, thinking about, like, do I really need to be this angry over something so small, like cleaning or something like that. So yeah, any type of relationship, not just your significant other, your sisters, your friends, everything like that. Letting them know, and if they understand that sometimes you do things that you really don't want to do and you regret later, and yeah, it's just hard to find people like that will put up with that, because they shouldn't have to, but it's really, really difficult to change, and I think people need to understand that. Another thing I wanted to talk about was anxiety and going out and stuff. Like, panic disorder and my anxiety, that is, I guess, one of the easiest things to fix, so I'm excited about that. Still feeling anxious all the time, and I have panic attacks regularly, but that's because I'm coming off of the clonazepam. But yeah, I'll be able to go get another part-time job and hopefully not worry about every little thing. And I just think, like, with that kind of stuff, you're on medication and it helps, and you're seeing a psychologist and it helps, and if you don't get past it, then it's not your anxiety or your panic attack's fault. It's more your ambition. Like, you need more ambition to go do this. Like, you have to want to get better instead of, well, I think lots of people like the attention from it. Like, they have something wrong with them, so they need to be treated specially, which isn't right. Like, maybe you need to be understood a little bit more, but you don't need any special treatment. Well, it's hard to say that and not ask for special treatment from my boyfriend or something like that, but I don't know. It's just a double-edged sword. Like, when you're having a panic attack, it's hard and you want someone to be there, but if you're not at the point where you can get past the panic attacks and when you can start going out and interacting and getting a job and stuff like that, then push for it. Like, lots of people don't. Lots and lots of people don't push for it, and it's something you can work through, like seeing a psychologist once a week, taking your medication regularly, not drinking, not doing drugs, not even drinking coffee. Like, I had half a cup this morning, and I used to drink coffee so much, but I want to get better, and the coffee, well, caffeine increases anxiety, so I bring that down, and focusing on your diet, focusing on what you eat, stuff like that. It's just, there's so many things that you can do to get better. You just have to want it. And I'm seeing lots and lots of people, they don't want it because it makes them feel special, and you have to know that you are special no matter what. Your disabilities, the way your mind works in toxic ways doesn't make you special. The way your mind works in general, the person you are, like what you do, the influences you have are what make you special. Even if, like, you have one friend and they're the only one that sees it, you are special, you are yourself. And just because you've developed this through whatever hardships you've gone through anything, like panic attacks can happen because you've had a heart attack, because you've had a loss of a family member, because you just were born with it. Like, some people, or I was born a over emotional baby, I believe. My mom has told me that in the past, and it's just, you're oversensitive, and you just have to get out of your head, and you have to realize and try to pursue hobbies and stuff that makes you you, instead of letting the disorder and what you have become you. I know that was kind of a nonsense video that didn't really have any topic, but that's what I'm feeling right now, and I'm feeling hopeful, and I know that I am a special person. I will influence people in good ways instead of bad ways, and I will get past this whole disorder thing. Like, it's not me, it's not who I am inside, it's just something that I need to learn to stop. Like, I need to be mindful of the behavioral traits. It's just something that my body has learned to help deal with everything that's gone on in my life, and I just need to relearn new things and stop waiting for bad stuff to happen, because it will happen, but there's good stuff too. So without the bad, there would never really be good. And lots of people, lots of times, even me, like with my mind, I keep thinking like, well, something else is going to happen, someone else is going to die that's close to me, but it just makes you realize that you have to make your life good, live in the present to a point where you're living to experience life instead of living in fear of another panic attack or anxiety or what people think of you or anything. Like, my ex-boyfriend liked a whole bunch of my Instagram pictures through his ex-girlfriend's or current girlfriend or whatever account or something, and I'm not quite sure why he did that. Like, was it just to be mean or something? Like, people who do that just baffle me. And his ex-girlfriend, I guess she has anxiety and stuff like that, so you'd think she would understand maybe that that wouldn't be the best thing to do, but I don't know, I'm not gonna let it bother me. Like before, I would let it bother me and dwell on it and be like, why would he do that? Like, that's just, well, someone else said uncomfortable and rude, and it really is. But I don't know. I'm just not going to dwell on it. This is the last time I'm going to think about it. Just because it's in the video. For either of you, if you ever see this, please don't contact me again. Like, don't do anything like that. You're both, one I've never met, and the other you're out of my life. Like, you were not good for me, and you understandably couldn't handle me, so just move on and stop thinking about me. Okay, have a good day, everyone, and I hope that everyone can realize and really get that through, that they are special and their disabilities aren't what make them special, and you gotta stop relying on a disability to make people see you. Make them see you through art or through music or through anything, like through your personality, through anything. Just find hobbies, find things that make you you, and stop thinking that the disorders make you you. That goes for any disorder, really. Like, you're your own person and you have your own things and you're special. I've said that quite a few times in this video. Yeah, once again, any input, any advice, anything would be really, really helpful. I'm kind of like, no one really understands what I'm going through, and it's hard because when I'm having a panic attack or something, then they just kind of tell me to calm down, and it really doesn't work. But yeah, comment, and if you have any questions or any advice, leave it down below. Would be lovely. Have a nice day.